Welcome to 24 Acres of Paradise. Today I've rented a skid steer to finish up my root cellar. I'm renting a John Deere 317G skid steer for a week. The cost to rent is $1,800 for the week, and I should be able to finish the root cellar and do some other grading projects on my land. I have to say the skid steer is a beautiful piece of machinery with lots of power and carrying capacity. It's very intuitive to use and comfortable. There was an option to use a tire skid steer versus the track skid steer, but I remember how uncomfortable that front loader was when I was digging the pond. A vehicle with tracks is much more comfortable to drive. Alright, this is my first time in a skid steer, so I'm learning all this equipment. It's pretty cool. So this is a John Deere 317G, I think, is what it said. So we're going to go ahead and drive it down to where I'll be filling the root cellar around it with dirt and doing some grading. Alright, so here, this I think moves forward. Yep. You got right and left. And then over here, it moves the bucket up and down and tilts it. So we're going to go forward. So I think we can go faster. That moves it all the way up, gets more throttle. Alright, so we're going to start our work with this skid steer. And the plan is to move the dirt in and around the perimeter of the root cellar box. So we got all this dirt here. I know there's going to be a lot of pressure on the sides once I put this dirt in, so I'm going to have to check the inside of the root cellar after I finish to see how the posts and plywood are holding. I imagine I'll have to add additional bracing inside the cellar to ensure the sides don't give in. You'll see that the root cellar will have a mound, and that's part of the plan to prevent water intrusion. I want the rainwater to flow away from the cellar. Okay, now I'm going to lay a 10 mil sheeting on top, and that'll kind of give extra insurance to prevent water from getting in. You can see I sloped the sides there so that the water would drain off, and it's going to be a little more dirt on top of the poly sheeting also, so it should run off anyway, but just to make sure. Later, I'll be securing the plastic liner to the vent pipes to prevent water intrusion. All right, so this is where I'm at right now. I have tried to grade a little bit of this area here so that the rainwater will flow down this way and then off the road. I don't want any water sitting around the root cellar. So let's see, it's 5:25 p.m. I started at about 10:30 this morning, and so, but I got all of the dirt. I put some dirt over here just so that the water that's coming off the road keeps going down. I just don't want anything close to the root cellar. So there it is. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and go down, check it out, see if there's any weak spots. Like I said, there's about 2 feet or so of dirt on top. You know what? I think this moved a little bit. It's still on the beams, which is good, but I don't remember it being that far off, unless the ladder moved. The ladder could have moved. Yeah, I'll bet you the ladder moved because I had it. Well, it's still in. So I guess this moved. I guess this part, the casing moved. It's still on it. It's not like it's a bunch of weight. Let's check in here. This is where I just want to make sure that these are holding, because if this isn't holding, then I gotta reinforce it. I got a little bit of bowing over here, which is not surprising. The bowing of the plywood I'm talking about. All right, so I'm gonna reassess tomorrow and see if I need to do any additional support. I might put some cross beams. I could put some cross beams across here to help support that. You can see there's a little bit of bowing, slight amount of bowing
right there. Okay. Well, probably the best thing for me is to let it sit overnight. And let's see what happens. All right, so I fortified the walls here. I used 4.5 inch and 5 inch lag bolts. And these are the areas that are most compromised. So I just want to make sure that they are really secure, and these lag bolts are really strong. So I think they'll do the job. I want to put something in between the spaces here so that it's pressing right up against the wall of the plywood, and that'll help prevent it from bowing in. I already got one in here, so I'm just using a piece of post, a 5.5 inch thickness. So that's what I'm probably going to do, just cut a bunch of them. All right, here's my son Christian, and he's going to be trying out this skid steer. So I'm going to put it on super low option there, slow-mo. Up there, there's control right here. Yeah, you got parking, you got start, stop, and then you don't have to worry about those other things. Right here is the slow-mo, so we got on super slow.
Yep.
And so what I want you to do, Christian, what I want you to do is not yet, but you're already buckled in. See that? You have to have that buckled in order for this to operate.
Oh, that's nice.
Yep. It will not operate without that being buckled in like that.
Okay.
Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to press that start button, the green one, not yet. Once that starts, the parking is going to turn red, so you're going to press the red in order
press
to
parking, and then I can go.
put it out of parking.
So how do I, drive it?
All right, so your drive is over here,
Right here?
and you're up and down and tilting for the bucket.
So this forward, right, left,
Yeah.
backward, all right.
Now you can go forward and pull forward and it'll go down. See that? There you go. Now don't make it go down because it'll dig into the ground.
Yeah, I know.
All right. So you want to tilt it horizontal when you put it on the ground so that it lays flat. There you go. There you go. Lift. There you go. Perfect. Keep it low. There you go. All right, now tilt the bucket up. There you go. Perfect. Nice and slow. Go back, straight back. Nice and slow. All right, pivot slowly around. Yeah, pivot. You gotta pivot and drop it over here. All right, now go forward a little bit. Raise your bucket. Okay, right there. Okay, now go forward. to stop. Keep going. Keep going. A little more. A little more. All right, stop. Stop. All right, go ahead and let the bucket down, or tilt it. Tilt it so that the dirt comes out. You might have to lift your bucket a little bit. There you go. Perfect. Awesome. All right, lift that. There you go. Back up a little bit. There you go. Okay, now stop. Stop. All right, remember to tilt your bucket. There you go. Perfect. All right, let it down. Yeah, awesome. Congratulations, you passed. Was that fun?
That was scary.
Yeah, that's okay.
Well, the root cellar is finished, and I'm glad I don't have to see all those dirt mounds anymore. The site looks much nicer now, and once the grass starts growing, the root cellar should blend in well with the surroundings. I think I started this root cellar build almost a year ago, and it wasn't until I got some big machines that this project started moving quickly. There was obviously an economic cost to getting those machines, but they certainly did what they were made to do. In a future video, I'll start loading the cellar with some perishables, but I first want to test the cellar with a good rainfall before moving items into it. So that's all for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.